here's my story, man, and I can definitely add to this. So it was 2006. This is when the Pangea demo just came out.
Just dropped.
Right.
Was officially released.
Right. You had we went to high school together. I had no idea who you were. I think I just came because I forgot why I was in music appreciation. So our El Toro, let's explain real quick to the viewers. El Toro High School had this thing called music appreciation.
Well, yeah, because it had no real. The only music program it had was marching band.
Yes.
There was no music theory class. There was no music history or music appreciation. It was only marching band.
But why were you the leader? How did you get into...
So because it was gonna not exist. So the year before I played at Bullstock, which we'll talk about, which was our...
That was 2005?
That was 2005, yeah, we played there.
So I was not in...
No, I guess you weren't there. Or were you not even in high school?
I don't think I was in high school yet.
Yeah, because you were 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had played there, and the club was falling apart. The teacher, every club needed a teacher to sponsor it, and the teacher was either over it or he was retiring or going away or something. He didn't want to do it, and so I just I don't even know, man. I was so determined to make the concert happen again. That's the only reason I became the president of Music Appreciation Club.
You
literally,
did, dude.
So bands could play this concert, because I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. This is any kid in high school who's in a band. This is all they want to do is play a concert
for their
peers at their school.
At their school. That's
right?
fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing. It's a shame that it probably doesn't happen anymore because of...
I think we were the last year, dude.
Yeah.
We trashed that fucking place, so we were the last year.
Well, and you want to know why it really doesn't happen is because
there's no support for it.
Yeah, there's no support. There's no...
Dude, for its time and place that we happened to stumble upon it, I'm thankful that we were both a part of it. But I'm more thankful that you took on the role of just getting it together. So how did you get in touch with, I think his name is Mr.
So I had to find...
God damn it. I forgot what his name is.
Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, Mr. McGee.
He was super nice.
Yeah.
But I had to find a teacher. I don't remember how I did this. I just had to find a teacher in the school who was willing to sponsor the group.
Which means, hey, it's lunchtime. Do you mind us utilizing your classroom for the lunchtime too?
Yeah.
That's what all it was. And then you gave, I guess, updates pretty much every week.
Dude, yeah.
And I remember it was me, you, John, and maybe Zach Busser, and that was it for
The funny thing was there was music
months,
appreciation, dude. And all it was metal appreciation.
But here's the thing: nobody would go to it, so it was just us four. That was my point.
I know.
It was really sad, and I was like, "Well, these guys don't deserve to fucking play." I'm here every every Wednesday.
Dude, I kicked some people off. Some people I let on, even though they sucked. But
well, I'm just saying, if you weren't there every week, I mean, I thought that was really kind of cold. It's this. I felt what you were feeling was this is so cool. We get to play in front of our peers.
Yeah,
it
was a privilege, really. Yeah,
you know what I mean. You could be the bee's knees.
Yeah,
and,
you could be the king of the castle.
That's right, dude.
King of the campus.
And not saying I was, but I felt like it.
Yeah,
for sure.
They didn't make you feel that way.
I had all the ladies screaming. That's right. But my point is, when you took on the role, how many? I think there was 8 bands I could possibly play on each of these things, and it happened once a year, which is called Bullstock.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. Somebody started it way back in the day. My friend, actually, I knew a friend of mine who had graduated 10 years before. His name was Stephen Shaw. He had played at it, and I had heard stories about it ever since I started going to El Toro, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm totally going to go to that. And I thought it was sort of an institution. And then when I became a senior and it was oh, no, I think we're dissolving music appreciation. And, yeah, I had to work at it every week. I had to write essays and letters to the dean and to the principal to allow us. I wish I could find those. Maybe I can on my old hard drive or something. These letters that I had to write, asking for permission to do Bullstock at the school, and I was pleading with them, pleading my case, making points of why it's a benefit to the school, why it's a benefit to the students. And
well, dude, they made money.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody was doing drugs.
No.
It was a place.
Well, that was always the excuse. Well, people are going to do drugs and stab each other. It's like,
yes, because
no,
that's what
they're going to do if there's not a concert to go to. So, all right.
Right.
There's nothing for kids. There's nothing for kids to do on their own. You know, it's like, come on, let them have a little
fun.
Have a little fun. And it was always supervised. But I think looking back, I realized like the school had to provide security and oversight. So that's the thing. They, you know, who knows if they actually made money on it or if the salaries and payments for security and keeping that part of the school operational for that time. But
I always thought it was like a theater kind of thing. You know how like drama had, you know, plays and
he didn't want anything to. The drama teacher didn't want anything to do with it.
No, not the drama teacher.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you know how the drama had plays when people can pay money. It's just like that. They can, like, I'm sure it's the same principle kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a source of revenue.
And the
for the
thing
school.
is they didn't want to do it maybe because like they didn't understand the musical aspect or something. But I always thought
it can get with some bands, you know, just wanting to get drunk and all that.
Fucking 15 or 16 years old. I don't know. Maybe not at those times. Maybe these times, but not at those times.
Yeah.
Most of us just wanted to play.
Yeah. But anyway, so I took on the role of Music Appreciation Club president and got it going, you know, put the word out. I wish I could like watch how I did all of it because I don't remember. It was just like, how did we do that without social media and stuff like that? I would just put the word out through, I would submit announcements to the
we didn't have social media,
ETTV, right? They had the school news, so I would submit announcements to that every week about if we were meeting. I would make sure to find all the members and be like, hey, we're meeting today, or hey, we're not meeting today, like, or hey, can you do this so that maybe we can get approved for like dude. I would come and try to get people involved and everything. So it was like, yeah, it was a pretty special thing. It was pretty cool. And so yeah, we would meet once in a while, and that's how I met you.
It was once a week, and we met in the first week you did it. I think first or second week you did it, you were in the portables, like way on the other side where the field is. And I went there with, I think it was John, because I was hanging out with him, and I'm like, okay, cool, we'll go check this out. And I remember Becky was there, you were there, and I think you wrote on the chalkboard because we had chalkboards. If you don't know what a fucking chalkboard is,
I just wrote on the chalkboard. I was just like,
coconuts, go to it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Promoting, using my position for self-promotion. Well, what did I care? Like, what else was I going to do? I'm like, hey, this is news. Playing at Coconuts. I think I also, maybe at the first or second meeting, I just wrote like, black metal. What is it? I'm like, that's all I wanted to talk about. And yeah, you showed up, which I was stoked because I'd seen you around, and I was like, I wonder if that kid plays, you know?
Right.
Because people would be like, hey, look, there's like a mini you walking around.
Well, I'm glad I'm a mini you instead of a mini whatever.
Well, now we've got even the same facial hair we've got now.
We just accomplished different things in our musical careers. But the thing is when you were doing the music appreciation, like, how did you find members? Did people just kind of show up and
people just somehow the word got, like I said, I made the announcements. I think that's probably how everybody heard, because we would be forced to watch the ETTV like news anchor make announcements or whatever. I think I just submitted it to that, and then people started showing up. So
I love that, dude, because I remember Rich would always show up with me too, Rich Nelson. Yeah.
Good buddy.
Great buddy, dude. I hope he's doing okay.
I hope he's watching.
I hope he's watching too. So when and then take me back, because I don't know this story, and I wanted to always ask you this. I don't know why it's been fucking 15 years since I've asked you, or almost 15 years. Your 2005 appearance at Bullstock. So how did you actually get onto it, and who actually played with you guys?
Dude, that's a good question. I can't say that I remember any other bands that played, and I think I was backstage the whole time. But it was like I kind of found out about it at the last minute, because the girl who was running the club that year, like, wasn't very involved, you know, just got Bullstock going, and apparently it was a big problem, just like you said when you guys played the last time, you know, the theater got trashed and all that. So, like, I hooked up with her at the last minute. It was like, hey, my band wants to play. And it was kind of a problem because we had a member that was like over 21 or whatever, and the school didn't want people over like 20, or they didn't really want people who were graduated from high school to come back. You know how they don't want that.
Oh,
they don't want kids coming back to the high school. So we had to get that worked out. But yeah, I don't remember. I just remember I was like, wow, that was really fun, and it could have been way better.
How
like,
so?
Just with somebody who knew something about sound, setting up proper amplification, proper, sound reinforcement, and keeping the bands on time, keeping, also being a bit of a curator for what bands were going to be allowed to play. If you remember, I required every band to submit a demo.
That's right.
And I still have some of those demos.
So what was the requirement for those demos?
I think I made it like you had to have 3 songs, and it could be any record. It could be just a 1 mic recording of your band. And I sat there and I evaluated, the musicianship, and because I was judge, jury, and executioner, I was just like, this is all up to me. Like
the musicianship. That's funny,
I like judged every band for like the musicianship, the songwriting. It was my fantasy world of like music dictatorship where I could decide what was good and what wasn't. I think really what happened is that there were really only 8 bands that were formed and serious about playing. So no matter what, I think I let everybody play because at least they were a band that practiced and wanted to play. And the guys who were jokers who never even submitted any music, I just had to say, you can't play.
Right, because you didn't meet the requirements. I think that's a great. thing that you put in place there.
Yeah. Hey, venues should do that.
Right. So when you chose the bands, right? How did you do the order for them? Like how did you know what band to put on when?
Oh, that's a good question, man.
Like how did you know? Like it's like okay, well you're kind of just.
I think I grouped them by genre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heavier bands play later in the night.
I probably put you guys closer to us. I don't remember the.
We did. Yeah, we played either before
order.
or after.
I wish we had a film of that one.
I do. I do of ours, but not yours.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So.
Dude, don't forget too. I videotaped everything. Remember that? Remember those days,
I know.
dude?
There's some good videos. You should put them. I know you've put stuff on.
Yeah. But the point is, so when I was doing Xanthochroid, Xanthochroid. When I was doing Necroticus with John. I think we played right before you.
I think so.
I think we did.
Yeah.
But I was just curious
And then I put Necroticus on after.
Yeah, something like that.
They were like the last one because I was like, yeah, we don't want to play last because people will be leaving.
Right. So
Xanthochroid
sorry, John, you got the scraps.
Yeah, Xanthochroid gets the best spot because I'm
the
president of the world, and we're going to make Bullstock great again.
That's funny. I was just curious as to your lineup for 2005, I guess was my original question.
So 05 was the original lineup that really only lasted 1 year because following that, Sean joined the Army. So he was gone after 1 year. So that was the original lineup, Will, Sean, the brothers, Harry, and me. So 1 guitar, 1 keyboard, 1 drums, 1 bass, and no vocals.
Right, well, you didn't have you didn't have to have
we
vocals
were instrumental
because you were instrumental and you were doing like not video game covers, but you were.
We did some, and then we had
some originals,
video game-esque music,
right?
Down to the cheesy synth patches.